Welcome to the next video. In this video I want to show you a Python formatter tool, and this code formatter tool is called Black. Nowadays many repositories uses Black as a Python formatter tool. However, in my opinion, Black is a bit too aggressive in the code changes and it is not really configurable. So for Black we do not have any options like setting a config file to skip some changes or skip some checks, as we saw it in the last video for AutoPEP 8. And currently I'm here on the official GitHub repository of Black. Also, there is an online documentation generated for Black, and you can install it via pip, but you should already have installed it via our requirements.txt file. So the main usage of Black is that we just call Black, then the source file or directory, so we can run the code formatting on whole directory, for example, and not only on a single source file. We can specify a maximum line length, for example. The default case would be 88, but for example, if we want a maximum line length of 120, we could set it here. Also, we could set the target version of Python. So for example, Python 3.8, as we are using this version in this course. Also, you can have this --diff command where you see the differences that Black would generate after the formatting. And also you can have some include and exclude statements, for example. Okay, let's jump into VS Code and run Black. So currently I have here our vector2d class, and if I run flake8 again, for example, on test black.py, we would get these 3 warnings here, or 1 error and 2 warnings. So I showed in the last video that we could run now AutoPEP 8 here, and we could remove all these flake8 related issues or warnings, but we want to run Black now. So we call Black and then the Python file. And for the moment, I just wanted to use --diff to see the differences. So we can see what Black would format here. At first, Black would also insert here a new line, so we have 2 blank lines after our import section. It would remove here the trailing white space. It would replace our single quotation marks by double quotation marks, and per default Black would always use double quotation marks. So whenever Black sees a single quotation mark, it would replace it by double quotation marks. If you do not want to update these string related quotation marks, you can add another command here, -S, which would skip all string related updates. So for now we see, okay, we have a new line. We removed the trailing white space. We added here a new line. And we see here it would do a line break, again based on the maximum line length that we have set, or is set by default. But we can also define the maximum line length, as I showed before, with the --line length, and then we pass in an integer number. So I can say --line -length 120. And now we wouldn't have a line break here at our type error in the dunder add method, for example. So the only configurable options here for Black are the line length, and if we want to skip string normalization, as I showed here. And the problem with Black is we cannot set up any config file here, so we cannot just skip certain warnings like trailing white spaces. So Black would always stick to the default rule set. Besides that, we can modify the line length and disable the string normalization. These are the only 2 options we can set as a user. So in my opinion, AutoPEP 8 is a bit more handy to use on existing code bases. If you start from scratch with a new Python project, you could use Black since you are starting with 0 and you can stick to the Black coding style from the beginning. For existing code bases, this might not be really applicable because Black might change a lot of the code base. If you have enough time for this refactoring of the code, you can use Black. Yeah, but it's not really mandatory in my opinion, because AutoPEP 8 also fixes a lot of style issues related to the PEP 8 guidelines, and Black also formats your code regarding to the PEP 8 guidelines, but in my opinion, Black goes a bit further. And it goes further in a direction where you cannot really configure it for your current project, and this might be not the correct option for you. Okay, then I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.